found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So, just to give you a quick update, I arrived in San Ignacio around 2 days ago, and I'm gonna stay here for a whole week. It's really nice. I really enjoy, like, I'm working all day for the past few days because the next month is gonna be really busy. I will be on the road constantly. I will be doing tracks. I will be exploring ruins and very touristic stuff. So just kind of calm before the storm. I'm gonna enjoy this period. Yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna go on a cave tour, which is really exciting because it's actually there are Mayan skeletons there, but you're not allowed to film, so I'm gonna give you a review afterwards. I'm not gonna take my camera, it's not allowed. So yeah, but I'm gonna do a few other things, gonna show town a little bit, as long as I'm here before it's time to cross into Guatemala. And the next chapter starts on Monday. So yeah, keep you updated. Due to too much rain, the cave tour got cancelled and I had to reschedule for another day. Instead, me and a few people from the hostel decided to head to the nearby ruins and explore them. This was a smaller site and very accessible, as it's a quick 15-minute walk from San Ignacio. Nonetheless, a very interesting one, as it's more of a town site with lower pyramids, but several very well preserved ball fields on either side of the ruin. The old house hostel in town is the best place to stay. They're very overlander friendly, and twice a week they got live music in the downstairs bar, and it felt so good to hear some live music again after it's been quite a while. And they also have a lot of rock bands and everything else than just reggaeton, which you can hear everywhere else. It was a calm week, but on Saturday there is a big farmers market, and together with a fellow nomad, Gavin, who's such a character, he deserves a full-on video, we went on to explore. Fruits, all kinds of objects, and fresh street food around every corner, while sharing stories with others who chose to live on the road was exactly what I needed before a month along a busy backpacking route.
Stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. the colors. Summer love.
Then it was time to leave Belize. But before I crossed the border, I had one last stop on my list. The Xunantunich ruins. Sorry if I said this wrong, it's a very complicated Mayan word. It's only 10 minutes away from Guatemala, and the cool part? You enter via a hand-powered ferry, and this place actually fueled the theory of an earthquake being responsible for the destruction of the Mayan Empire in the 9th century. Which got proven wrong though, and anyway, it's definitely a great trip for anyone interested and a perfect spot to end the journey in Belize. And maybe even spot some monkeys.
Another beach pie sunset view. Sleeping in the afternoon. No place to be and nothing to prove.
Oh, cheated.
That's sure something I could use. A cure for the air-conditioned blues. Good to use some too. A little bit of sunlight.
So, this is the end of my Belize trip, and for that I wanted to give you a quick overview about the country, because I know many people have never heard of Belize, have never been, don't know anyone, don't know any history, and it's a very, very interesting country, and if you end up in the area, I would highly recommend you going. So yeah, Belize has been a British colony and was called British Honduras from the 1880s to 1982. I mean, it wasn't called British Honduras for the whole time, but it was a British colony. So yeah, it always had like a bit of a special place there, and their main language is still English. They have, most people I met spoke 4 languages: English, Spanish, Creole, and some spoke Mayan, some spoke Garifuna. So again, it varies a little bit because there are so many different people there. We have Garifunas, which are like descendants of slaves brought from Africa, especially West Africa, by the British to work on mahogany farms or forestries. And then we have many Chinese people that came, and that's why you can find loads of Chinese shops, and the Chinese restaurants are actually really, really good in Belize. Another culture are like several Mayan tribes. There are 3 variations of Mayan in Belize alone, and yeah, Spanish is widely spoken like in all the surrounding countries, but everyone speaks English as well. Creole is like a variation of English, but mixed with some African dialects. You can probably understand most of it, but you have to listen carefully, and it sounds a bit like you mentioned like Jamaican slang, but Belizean Creole is a bit different than other versions of Creole. Yeah, and maybe you noticed on the map, if you look at the map of Belize, the line between Guatemala and Belize is still dotted. It's not a through line. This is because when Belize became a colony, they made an agreement with Guatemala, so they gave away their territory to the British. And on their contract, there was one thing that actually said that the British have to build a road from Guatemala City to the Caribbean. The British thought, we don't care. They never built one, they never had the intention to build one. So yeah, when it was time to release the colony, the process started in the 70s when the country was renamed Belize. Guatemala was like, if you leave, we're gonna take our territory back because you never fulfilled your contract. Which, yeah, it's kind of silly. So up to this day, Guatemala still has this claim. And when it got released, they actually many are still very poor, and especially like Belize City is known to not be that well. So if you travel through, country in general is pretty safe, and people are very nice and very helpful. And if you buy street food and are not just eating out every night, traveling isn't that expensive. Excursions cost quite a bit, but all the ones I did are very much worth it. Everyone can speak English, even if you don't speak Spanish, perfectly safe there. Yeah, and it's a place I would definitely recommend everyone to go. Spend a bit more time, not just do the classics like the island, the tourist island, and one attraction inland, but actually spend some time and travel the country, because there are only around 200,000 people there. So the whole place is pretty much empty, and it's beautiful. Such a variety of landscapes and cultures. It's such an interesting mix. The Queen is, by the way, still on the money. So yeah, like loads of American influences these days. So yeah, I really, really enjoy my time, and I couldn't recommend it more. I spent a month, and that was definitely worth it. So yeah, so we're gonna end this week on leaving Belize, and next week gonna start with Guatemala. So see you next week, and thanks for watching.